Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a cute little one. It's using the new whale paper. I want to say it's called whale paper. I don't think it is. Let me have a look. Whale of a Time paper. Oh, pages 94 to 96. It's so cute. It really is. Yes, Whale of a Time designer series paper. There's loads comes in a suite. You've got the paper. We've got the bundle, which is the stamp set, and the die. No, that's a punch, not a die. Stamp set and punch. Sequins, which I'm not using, embossing folder, which I'm not using, and the sheer ribbon, which is just lovely. But that's the embossing folder, and those are the sequins down there. Really cute. And I thought this would be great for sort of like maybe party favours or something like that. Really sweet. And Oliver wandered into my office and he said, "Oh, what are you making there, Mum?" So I told him, and he said, "Well, you're not going to get many party favours in there." Yeah, but you're going to get a lot of sweeties, so that's all good. Right, so this paper, it's kind of like a miniature scrapbook page because you've got a pattern that's at the bottom and then nothing at the top, or rather bubbles at the top. But I wanted to go full paper this time around. So we've got our seahorses. Keep your paper at 6 by 6 inches, 15 1/4 by 15 1/4, and score it with your pattern the correct way so that you can see what you're doing. Oh, I forgot to tell you the finished measurements. 1 inch by 1 3/4 by 5 inches, which is 2 1/2 by 4 1/2 by 12 and a half, 12 3/4. I can't read my handwriting. 12 1/4 centimetres. So on the first side, score it at 1, 2 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5 1/2 inches, which in metric is 2 1/2, 7, 9 1/2, and 14. And then turn it to the right so you can score what will become the bottom at 1 inch. 2 1/2 centimetres. Okay, so I chose this particular patterned paper because it's got Pool Party in it, which is the colour of the ribbon, and it is very sheer and it's very pretty. And I tend not to work in sweets specifically once I've I work with them all as sweets once, and then after that everything goes on the shelf and I just, work with everything however I fancy. And yeah, so that ribbon I can see appearing in other projects. Right, I've mitered off the top and there's a little rectangle down here. I'm cutting that away, and then I've got 2 squares, so I'm going to cut straight up the rectangle and wedge in a little bit in the square. So they're going to get hidden away, and I'm going to do that with both of them. Okay. So that's how it looks. Oh, you can't see that. Let me put that over my hand. So you can see I've just wedged in there, and I've wedged in there, and I've taken that little bit away. So let me run some tape down here. Oh, backing from a previous project. So I'm going to take the backing off here and fold over and close. Bring 2 sides in and the back, and then I'm going to put some more tape there. And bring that round. Okay, so pinch in the sides at the top and then use your fingers either side to gently just close it. If you've got something that's filling it to about there, it won't close in as much, but obviously mine are empty at this stage. But you can, if you're making these in bulk, you can fold them flat for storage. You just keep walking your way down, and then you bend at the bottom, and that's flat for storage. How cool is that? And then when you're ready to fill them, you just gently bend that up, fill it, and away you go. Right, so let's get some ribbon on here. It is very pretty, and it's very sheer, which means it's quite not, it's nice that you can, whoopsie, see the pattern through it still, which is kind of what I was after. So I'm just tying a bow that's going to be all over the place, with one tail longer than the other. Why? Why does that always happen? I don't know. Okay. and bring it up to the top. Oh, I tied it too tight. After all that. Let me tie it on the back. This might end up as a knot at this rate. It's going to have to end up as a knot. I've cut the tails too small. That's okay. It's still pretty, you know. Oh, one-sided bow. There we go. Right. Still no good. I need to put something in there now. So I squished it too small. There we go. Right. Round 2, Samantha. Does anybody else do things like this? Let's keep it simple. Let's just do a knot and be done with it. This is like my project the other week when I couldn't get it round the box, couldn't get the ribbon to stay around the box. I've got the noisiest house in the world today. I really have. Chris is in the garage, Luke's upstairs, all the children are around. It's all go. Right, Pretty Peacock pool party. I'm going to have a Pretty Peacock whale. And I'm going to use pool party for You're Kind of a Big Deal. And I've got the new postage label punch. I forget which stamp set this goes with, but my image here fits absolutely perfectly on it. And I can punch my whale. Love it. Love it when I can do stuff like that. Right, let's grab some blocks. So, one whale, one set of words. Pool party for my words. And down here towards the bottom. And I'm going to position that towards the bottom, and I'm just going to make sure that it's equidistant all the way around. And Pretty Peacock for my whale. On there, and punch that one out. And you can see you can punch out all the other bits as well, including a little eye. I'm really not going to do that for an eye. I'm going to get my black Stampin' Right marker and colour his eye in like that. That just feels like such a cheat. It also feels really quick. So, dimensionals onto here. And I'm going to put that about there. I'm going to make it a little bit lower on this one. I wanted to keep all of the images on this one, but I can go a bit lower. And then on the body of the whale, 2 more. Onto there. You're kind of a big deal. I think those are really cute as favour boxes, particularly for a party or for kiddies or something like that. Great that you can fold them flat, but you could totally change the look of them with any patterned paper. You could make wedding favours, party favours, you could have baby shower favours. Brilliant. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.